All right, welcome back, guys. This is LAMBEAU1919 bringing you another NFL Legends game here. This is going to be an AFC North matchup between the Baltimore Ravens, and it's going to be played at the Cleveland Browns. This is going to be really cool. I don't know much about both of these teams, just to be completely honest. So it's going to be cool to kind of learn a little bit about some of these players on this classic roster. We are on All Madden. This is going to be a pretty tough game. I would imagine we're playing against that very tough Baltimore Ravens defense. It's going to have people like Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Haloti Ngata, some really key players. Also, Elvis Dumerville will be a pass rusher here of more recent years. You'll have Chris McAllister on the edge there playing corner. Now on the Cleveland side, look for some big name players from way back in the day. You got people like at the quarterback position, Otto Graham, who played back in the 50s, from what I understand. You've also got Jim Brown, arguably the best running back in the history of the National Football League, who will be my feature back. I will be running with the Cleveland Browns. They're rated a little bit less than the Baltimore Ravens, so we'll see if we can come out with the upset here for sure. So again, my name is LAMBEAU1919. These are the historic rosters. If you guys are interested in getting your hands on these rosters, feel free to hit me up on Twitter or here in the comment box. On Twitter, I am at LAMBEAU1919'1. And then obviously on here, you can see my YouTube channel, LAMBEAU1919. And also on PSN, you can send me a message. I'm on there at LAMBEAU1919 as well. So this should be a lot of fun. The reason we do this is just to kind of pass a little time. Man, this is play now offline. This is going to be just kind of a cool way to customize the rosters as we go. We've got anywhere from 10 to 15 historic legends for each National Football League team. And the Browns are kind of littered with some old school players. You know, you've also got Ozzie Newsome, which is real cool because obviously the Cleveland Browns are the team. There's Otto Graham there. That's pretty cool. No face mask. You kind of see the difference in era. Otto Graham, or I'm sorry, not Otto Graham, but the Cleveland Browns actually turned into the Baltimore Ravens, and then they revived it with a brand new franchise in Cleveland. So Art Modell shipped the Cleveland Browns to Baltimore pretty much overnight. And so basically what you've got here is Ozzie Newsome, who is from what I understand, the current general manager of the Baltimore Ravens. I'm pretty sure he's still there, or at least holds some kind of, upper management position. He'll be playing tight end for the Cleveland Browns here. So he's a player that got kind of thrown in the mix as a personnel director and doing some scouting stuff as well for the Cleveland Browns after he retired. That was when Bill Belichick was still there. So a lot of history between these two teams, although the Ravens have only been around since the early 2000s. So this should be a lot of fun. So let's see how we match up against this tough Baltimore Ravens defense. And I'm going to try to have my mic a little bit louder in this video. The last one I did, the commentary and the actual gameplay sound was a little bit louder than me talking, so it made it a little bit of an issue to kind of hear me commentating this game. And it's not going to be anything special, I promise you that. It's just going to be kind of just talking Madden. If you guys hop into to this broadcast and you got a question, you just want to chat Madden or NFL football, feel free to fire questions away there in the comment box. And yeah, this should be a good time. Let's go ahead and get this defense set up how we need it. Actually looks pretty decent. Yeah, we're good. All right, so for the Baltimore Ravens, you're going to have Joe Flacco as quarterback. I thought about putting the Super Bowl quarterback the year they've won, but we just kept Joe Flacco in there. You've got Jamal Lewis at halfback, who obviously broke if I remember correctly, the single-game rushing record, and then flirted with the actual season rushing record as well. He may have even broke it. I'm not, like I said, not a big history buff when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens, but that's a couple of guys to look for. You've also got Todd Heap at the tight end position. Obviously Jonathan Ogden at left tackle. So decent offense, nothing great. Obviously their strength was always their defense, and that's where it's going to get really fun to see how we match up with them here in just a second. So already facing a critical 3rd and 6 here in the first quarter. Let's see if we can kind of get them on their heels and jump out to a lead, even with them having the first possession. Jamal Lewis, for anybody who watched him back when he played, he was just an absolute beast. Trying to check down to Todd Heap there, a little bit short of the first down. Joe Hayden with the tackle, so we're off and running here. We're getting the ball back, and gonna be cool to see what old Jim Brown can do with Otto Graham at the helm. You know, Otto Graham, it was a different era of a quarterback. I think he got his throw power at about a 91. He didn't have a huge arm, but he was a guy that also played a little bit of end. And, you know, back then they ran the ball a lot. They ran a lot of wishbone and stuff like that. So he is somewhat of a scrambling quarterback. So if I get in a little bit of trouble, I don't expect him to thread the needle throwing the ball, but if we get in a little bit of trouble, we could probably be able to scramble a little bit as well. So this will be fun. Who knows? We might break out an option play here at some point. All right, let's see here. Definitely want to go strong slot. Go to a little shotgun set. Where you see Otto Graham, Jim Brown right there. Jim Brown just a man amongst boys back when he played. We're going to go ahead and pass. They're already showing the safety in the box. So let's go to a little play action pass. See if we can hit Ozzie Newsome, who by far is the best target on the field for me right now. And there you see he has decent route running ability. And notice the face mask. Notice the helmet style, all that good stuff. You know, we've got to do some adjusting. So we've got a little bit of work to do there. You see with Ozzie Newsome has got more of a newer style helmet, but if you notice Jim Brown there, he's still got that old 50s and 60s style helmet, which is really cool. Just a nice little touch. So let's go ahead and see what old Jimmy can do here. We're going to go heavy here, load up with some tackles and some tight ends, and gear up the strong toss play. This is something that was very big back in the 60s and 70s. They ran it more of a cutback play as opposed to outside. But as you can see, they're blitzing off the left side. We've got a little overload to the right. I should probably audible inside, but we're just going to go ahead and stay with the toss and see how it works. And here comes Jim Brown. Nice blocking. Little truck stick, you can see, just overpowering. Not sure what that dude was doing. That was Ray Lewis having a seizure on top of the pile. That's cool. But all right, we're also going to throw on our eye set. We're going to put Jim Brown in at the fullback position. See if we can't sneak a fullback dive in on these guys every now and then. Right now might be the time to do it. Let's see. There's a loading Nata standing him up at the line. Ray Lewis in with the assistant tackle as well. What you're going to notice with Ray Lewis is he's got high awareness, high pursuit, good play reaction. He's always going to be around the ball. He's a heavy hitter too, so it's going to be cool to see what he can do in this game. Let's try to spread them out here with a full wide set.
Snapping the football from the 28.
And go ahead and see what we can come away with here.
First down at the 28. Will stay on the ground.
Nice. Always falling forward. That was Jim for sure. Excuse me as I'm distracted here just a little bit here. I'm going to post on our GroupMe chat for our CFM. I'm co-commissioned with CFM, the NFL Today, so if you're looking for a good 16-user CFM, hit me up on here, and we'll get you some information. We're looking for just a few more guys. We try to keep a small group so we keep things moving. If you've heard any of my videos, you know that. Let me see here. Let me pause just a second. Excuse me, guys. Let these guys know that we're live here. All right, cool. I apologize for that.
Two tight ends. Second down, 3 for the first.
Oh, look at this. Nice little stretch play. Go a little stiff arm. Look at him. Took 4 guys to take the man down. Could you imagine Jim Brown today, in today's NFL? That would be just, man, that would be awesome to watch. You know what's really cool is, I can't remember who said it this year, but somebody had a famous quote earlier in the year. I believe it was Al Michaels. You know, he said, you know, somebody had asked him, you know, if Jim Brown played today, what would he be able to do? What would he look like? And we've got Crowell in now. He's Jim Brown subbed out momentarily. But they said, you know, do you think Jim Brown could play today? Obviously, the answer is yes. But what kind of production do you think he could see? What do you think he would gain per game? And the guy said, I could see him gaining 60 to 70 yards every game. And one of the other guys said, are you nuts? We're talking about Jim Brown. You're only saying 60 yards? And the guy replied with, "Well, yeah, dude, the guy's 80 years old." So just to kind of show you the respect he has around the league, you know, it's somebody who you know, just absolutely dominated while he was in the league, for sure. There he goes over the pile. So yeah, and you know, it's awesome to have a player like that still around. You know, a lot of the legends are. God, I hate to be morbid here, but they are. They're literally dying off. They're fading away, and now we're left with this younger generation. And it's a little bit scary for an old school football fan. You know, you just have so much respect for the guys who crafted the game. Look at him getting outside, get that quick foot too. Nice. And it just sucks to see those guys go. And I'm a big baseball fan as well. You know, we'll have an MLB The Show. You know, I don't know what it's called. I guess season, franchise, dynasty, whatever it's called with that particular game. But you know, it's the same way with baseball, man. Some of the older athletes, they're just, gosh, they're going, and it sucks. You know, losing people like Phil Rizzuto and Yogi Berra and everyone else. It's tough to let go. So. All right, again, guys, my name is LAMBEAU1919. You feel free to subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of stuff. What you're going to see on my channel is a lot of simulation-style football. You will see absolutely zero MUT and draft champions. I think the stuff's garbage. That's just my opinion. You know, you can disagree with me and be wrong. That's cool. But I'm all about CFM. I'm all about simulation-style football, and also these classic rosters, bringing some of the old players back to life. I think we've gotten way too far away from that here in the recent past, and it's just something that you need to kind of key in on. You know, you had the Sables. Both of them have passed away now. The founders of NFL Films, and man, you want to protect that stuff and that type of archiving of the game and the National Football League, and just how important the game is. So as you can see here, man, we're kind of dominating at this point. I don't know. And obviously, the scheme's a little bit different from when these guys actually played. You know, with the Baltimore Ravens back in the early 2000s, this isn't, you know, Rex Ryan's playbook. This is the new stuff. So probably doing things a little bit different than they would have back then, and when the CPU's controlling them. However, we are playing pretty well here. Browns dominating up to this point. You've seen a heavy dose of Jim Brown on that last drive. I'm going to try to drop back in the pocket and just see exactly how good Otto Graham can do at quarterback, you know, here against these newer age defenders. This should be fun. Yeah, look at this. He went vert. That's a bad idea when you're bringing the blitz, for sure. Hopefully that's not defensive holding. If not, we're going to get out of here with another stop. Holding on the offense, awesome. So we're going to decline that. It's a nice sack by Mingo.
And so now they'll bring out Cook to punt. Benjamin's going to look for space now. That return's good for about 7.
All right.
The Ravens defense
Come out with a little overload. See if we can catch them in a cover one man, something along those lines. Looks like they're in a zone. Yeah, definitely in a zone. So we're just going to continue to run the rock right here. Wow, a zone blitz. Nice stop. You see who met him in the hole there. I believe that was Mosley. So Mosley playing that second inside linebacker spot there. Try to keep some of the key players in position here. Really sucks, you know, one of the things we've asked for from Madden, and I don't want to go on a Madden bash fest here, but, you know, we used to have formation substitutions that you could do outside of the game. Hopefully we can get some of that back. That's definitely made a difference. Sucks having to, every single game, sub in players into certain formations. It's just not realistic, so see if we can catch them on a play action here. Got what we wanted. And Josh Gordon, just a nice little accurate pass by Otto Graham there. Let's get a look at Otto Graham. Just a quick glance of the difference in player models and things like that. Pretty cool. You can see right here. that nice or what? Does that guy not look like he just crawled out of the 1940s? Good stuff. And that's what we're looking for, man. We want to kind of bring past eras of the National Football League back to life.
Let's see if they can complete another one. This time, perhaps, for the first down. Third down coming up. Let's go.
Fullback guy there.
Hand off out of the eye. Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field.
You're running back in this league, and you pick up first downs, and you don't pump the football, I promise you one thing, you're going to get more carries.
Let's go a little play action. See if we can hit Ozzie Newsome underneath this defense. This looks like this might be some kind of a zone blitz.
First and 10.
No, man coverage. You can see the pass was a little bit behind Ozzie there rather than leading him up the field. That's just expected for sure from a quarterback who played in an era where their primary focus was to run the wishbone. But let's try this. Let's do a speed option. Otto Graham, Jim Brown. Let's see if we can get away with a speed option here. Obviously, there's our pitch guy. That's who we've got to read. It's going to the running back, so we're going to keep it with the QB. He gets flattened by Ray Lewis. Otto Graham, 6'1", 195. Ray Lewis, an absolute tank. Doesn't match up well. I love doing stuff like this with my playbook too, just a way to be creative. I come out in a 4-wide set, but I've got a running play called. Obviously, they didn't bite that well. Now would be the time to go over the top, but we're just going to try to stick with the run. Let's see if we can sneak out this first down here. There you go. See Jim Brown just trucking forward. 9 carries for 47 yards and a touchdown already. Looking good. Let's spread them out. Let's go with the eagle trip play. We got a smash concept. Looks like man coverage right off the bat. With the mismatch, we've got a +5. Let's see if Otto Graham can drop this thing in there. If it is indeed man coverage with 0 help on the top. We got to watch this free safety on the left and see what he does. He slides over, so let's try to punch it in there. Bad throw. That was a cover 3 defense they had disguised as a cover 2 zone. That was a nice sky play there. As soon as that safety dropped into the box at the snap of the ball, thought I could squeak it in. Just couldn't do it. Bad decision there. It should have been picked, as a matter of fact. So we lucked up. Come out in an empty set. If you'd done this when Otto Graham played, they would have thought you were high. See here, we're going zone. Let's get out of the pockets. What he does. First down. He got stuck, but that's a first down. You can see he's got some pretty good scrambling ability. No blazing speed. I believe we got his speed at about 83, 85, something like that, which would probably come out to about a 4.6 or a 4.7 40. Just a guy that was a pretty basic runner. Had pretty good first step. I think we got his acceleration at about an 85. So, and guys, if you disagree with these rosters, if you disagree with the rating, or there's somebody that we left out, which, like I said, we're not finished just yet, but feel free to comment in the box and we'll add them and make sure that we get them in the game and we adjust anything accordingly. I can already see as I'm trying these out, some of these Browns players, especially with Newsome's face mask, it doesn't have that old school look, so I'm going to go back and edit that and make him look like Ozzie Newsome from that era for sure. All right, here we go. First and 10. Man, they've got, gosh, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little flat line look. 6 defenders on the line of scrimmage. But I think that may bite them in the rear. We're going to do a little toss play here. Let's see if we can suck them in. Suck the edge in. Jim Brown fighting. Love it. Love it. Also, guys, you could go back and check out some of my past broadcasts, the videos down below. Scroll down. Got some really cool highlight videos we put together using Share Factory. And I understand there's some other programs that you can use for your PC and laptop that that are probably a little bit better. But Share Factory was very convenient, easy to use, very easy to pick up. If you haven't tried the Share Factory app on PS3, definitely give it a look. It's something that's been a lot of fun for me. Within our NFL Today CFM, a lot of guys are now putting their own highlight reels together, and when they finish their weekly game, they'll post that highlight reel in our chat, which is really cool. This adds a whole different level of realism to our CFM. And there you see Jim Brown just bouncing off a tackler for another touchdown.
In the old days, if you're a quarterback, it was rare to get a pass near the goal line.
You know, Cleveland Browns they're a historic franchise. I mean, I'll tell you, that's a franchise that has one of the best fan bases. I'm not sure what the kicker's doing there. He must have got a hold of some Hennessy. But, you know, they got one of the best fan bases in all of the National Football League. It's really, man, it was, for lack of a better word, it was disturbing to see how Art Modell packed up, left town, and literally just a few years later they win a Super Bowl. After Cleveland waited so long and knowing that would have been their team had they stayed. But obviously business is business. But you can't say enough about the Browns fan base for sure.
I'll tell you what, if they go 3 and out, you know what's going to happen? Those defensive players are going to be looking at them as they come off the field. You're putting us back out there already, so it's important to get a drive.
You see, I like to run a lot of zero coverage blitz. And I will user control a safety back deep just to ensure that I don't get beat deep. That's kind of my mindset. Now, obviously, you get into a 3rd and long situation, it might make sense to go to a 2-man under or maybe even a cover 3 or a cover 4. But the big thing I've learned this year is the cover 3 was so overpowering last year with Madden 15 that they really weakened it and dumbed it down this year to the point where I don't run it that often now. You can see Flacco getting the defensive lineman to jump. Somebody to look for on this Cleveland Browns defense, which I thought was pretty cool. I thought I had screwed the roster up at first glance, but there's a Clay Matthews for the Cleveland Browns, and that's actually Clay Matthews Sr. That's Clay Matthews as Pops. I'm a big Packer fan, obviously. Clay Matthews played a key role in their Super Bowl victory back in 2010, and continues to be a great defensive player today. But his dad is actually on this defense right here, if you look. So. Yeah, he plays left outside linebacker for this defense, which is kind of cool. So.
This is one good tackling defense. They stay in good position at all times, and we saw it that time.
I believe he had an uncle that played in the league as well, if I remember correctly.
Following the run.
There we go. We'll run it to a 2-minute warning. We got a huge 3rd down here. If we can get a stop here, get the ball back, 3 timeouts, got plenty of time to go back down the field and at least get a field goal. Now, if we could go into halftime at 17-0, this game's pretty much in hand. It would take a total debacle in the second half to lose it. Now look right here. This is nice. We're going to go to a cover 3 sky. You see how they tricked me with the personnel. So beautiful play call. What they did there was they showed me a 11 personnel, and then once we come out in the huddle, it was an empty backfield. So now they got me in a cover 3, and they're back with a running back in the backfield, which I would rather be blitzing in that scenario. So see though. Oh, here we go. Joe Hayden.
Very nearly intercepted.
Nice defense.
That's what you have to do as a defensive back. You got to wait till the last.
You see what I'm saying there? It's showing an 11 personnel. What 11 personnel basically means is, in football terminology, the first number is the running back, the second number is the tight end. That tells you how many there are at each of those 2 positions, and that will give you a personnel in which you need to call your defense off of. So with 11 personnel, they're going to screen pass to Jamal Lewis. Oh, look at that. Nice. Quick read. When they go to a 3-wide set, 1 tight end, 1 running back, that tells me, okay, I need to get into a nickel or a dime. I prefer a dime in that scenario, just to make sure we have 1 extra DB than a receiver. That was a nice little crossing pattern there. I believe they got the first down. No, 4th and 1, we stopped it. Very good. I'm going to go ahead and burn a timeout. Obviously, they're going to punt here. They don't want to give me a short field to go up by 3 scores before half, but got news for them. If it's at all possible, we're going to do it here even pin deep. Wow. Maybe not. Let's see what we can do.
backed into the corner.
All the way down to 3. I'm going to show them a 4-wide set, but plan on running. See if we can open that defense up, which we did. And with the current zone blocking scheme that we're running, I'm going to try to run towards the strong side. That way we can free up a double team to get to the next level, just like that. So no huddle. Let's see what they show us here. We may go back to the same exact run. Yes, that definitely makes sense. No, it's a zone. Let's go to a, it looks like zone. Let's go to a screen pass. See if we can get a quick pass off right here. Screen pass to Jim Brown. Get the ball to your ball. Look at that block up there. That may have been Newsom. That was Newsom with the block. Heck of a block. Did we get out of bounds? Nope. We did, but of course there's EA again, not recognizing the out of bounds, and the clock continued to run. But I've got to go back and show you guys this. This was awesome. Let's look at this. Yeah, that's a nice touch there too, EA. Good job. That looks beautiful. Okay. All right, so watch. We get the screen pass out. Look at Newsom. See him up here? Get the highlighter back out for you. I'm pretty sure that was Newsom. Yeah. Look at Ozzie Newsom coming across. You know, he takes the DB out like you're supposed to on a screen pass, then comes back to get the block. Bam! Beautiful, beautiful play. And as you can see, he was tackled way out of bounds. Get up here. Out of bounds. Whatever reason, the clock doesn't stop. So, yeah. A little bit frustrating. Really frustrating when a CFM game is on the line and you got 3 or 4 users complaining about it on a weekly basis because they can't put something that simple in. But look for those new MUT cards this week, though. They're coming. Oh, my own guy bumped me there. At least the clock did stop in that situation. That's what sucks, is you can't really figure out why it doesn't stop. There's nothing consistent about it. It just kind of randomly does it, and that's why you got people that pop up and say, you know, it was predetermined that I was supposed to lose that game because, you know, why did it wouldn't stop the clock when it should have in that situation. So, look at that, Ray Lewis with the pick. I was trying to go down the field. They got some pressure from the backside. Looked like Terrell Suggs with the pressure, and big Ray Lewis. Boom, boom, Ray with the pick. Very nice play. So, there you go. That defense proven to be pretty stout there. You see Suggs coming around the backside. Of course, the errant throw. Ray Lewis just waiting there to pick it off. That was pretty cool.
That's the first thing you need to do on the offensive side.
The Browns come out in a dime package. First down at the 48.
Nice play. They may get a field goal here. Look at this.
The Ravens call a timeout. They're first.
I'm going to stick with the blitz, though, because I would love to be able to hit them with a sack here and force them out of field goal range. Which they're out of it right now, but let's just see if we can keep them. Here's another screen pass. Blow it up. Look at that. And the key to reading that screen pass, guys, if you're sitting there going, how in the hell does he know that? You know, I'm going to play 2-man under here, but I've been playing a zone or a man blitz, and I'm manned up on the running back, so I'm keying on the running back anyway. If you see those 2 linemen pull out and go away from, like right here, is again, you see them pull out and they go to, they just kind of stand straight up. They're letting their defender come through and setting that wall up for the screen pass on that side. And typically, if you've got a running back on a side part, they're going to run the screen to that side 9 times out of 10. So just kind of be aware of that. Now, that's why the pistol formation does get a little tricky. It's hard to cover because when someone runs a pistol formation, the running back's directly behind the quarterback, and it's hard to guess, you know, which side they may screen to. Like right here, we know if they screen, they're most likely going to be screening to the left. So I'm going to be prepared for that. Not screening. Oh, wow, look at this. We got burnt deep on the blitz. Definitely going to get a field goal out of this drive. They're probably going to take one shot at the end zone if I were to run that same blitz. So what we're going to do, play it a little bit safer. Not going to ensure success, but we're going to go to 2-man under. Play a little over-the-top technique in case they try to burn us on that corner route again. See if we can keep them out of the end zone. What I'm going to do is look to protect this seam right here. Yeah, and look at that, yeah. allows him to stumble 15 yards out of bounds and stop the clock once again. That was awful convenient. And it's nice that it actually stopped for them too. So they're going field goal. No reason to try to block it. You know, to this day, playing Madden 15 and now Madden 16, I don't know how many games I've played. Way too many to not be embarrassed about. But never once has field goal block worked. Which is kind of funny. I mean, you see, typically you'll see a handful of those a season. You think after all those games you would see a field goal block at some point. So, guess not. If you could set them up for a left return, not going to happen. All right, so we go into halftime here. We got the Cleveland Browns at home, leading 14-3 over the Baltimore Ravens. Getting the ball back. We're sitting in a pretty good position here. Got to protect the football. Need to lean on that run a little bit more. Obviously, the offensive line isn't that great compared to this great Baltimore Ravens defense. So, going to protect the ball and get the rock to the best player on the field, which is Jim Brown. So let's go with a little stretch play out of the gate. They're definitely anchored right here, so you got to be careful. There we go. Give him a little stiff arm. Jim Brown got that extra strength. Very nice run. And you see right there, if anything, he got tackled backwards while he was in bound. The defender pushed him backwards, but for some odd reason, you know, this would be the one that I would say, okay, that makes sense. His forward progression stopped in bounds, but they stopped the clock in this situation. Makes no sense.
The Ravens with a nickel look here on defense.
All right, here we go. Definitely showing a cover 2 man. Safety dropped up, so that's a little spy action cover 1. Get out of the pocket with Otto Graham. Terrell Suggs is going to chase him down. Not bad, 6 yards for a busted play. Not bad at all. Little Eagle trips. Oh, there you've seen another glitch here within Madden. Scroll down to call a play, and sometimes it'll actually scrolls twice. Why it does that, we have no idea. So obviously it put me in a play that I didn't want to be in, and now I have a busted play. So I'm just going to go to the screen and try to play it safe. Look at that. Got to be patient. Stay on that sidewalk. Here goes Jim Brown in the open field. Be hard to catch him. He is gone. Oh, nice tackle. Jim Brown doing what he does. Again, guys, my name is LAMBEAU1919. These are the legend rosters that we've created. We're still a work in progress, but we do have a lot of fun players to use. It might remind you some of your youth, you know, in the 80s and 90s, and even early 2000s. There's a touchdown by Isaiah Crowell. You know, the idea was to start with a base of about 10 legendary players on each team's roster. Now that we've hit that mark, we're moving it up to 15 players per team's roster. And honestly, I don't know. EA doesn't give you the information to determine what's the limit of how many players you can create in this game. So if it is unlimited, we'll eventually get to the point where all 22 starting players will be, you know, there may be some current players, but they're considered best at that position in franchise history. So that's kind of my goal. Hopefully we don't run out of time before Madden 17 drops, which we're always excited about the new release. And who knows, maybe EA will surprise us and actually take these classic players that they've added into MUT and give us the ability to play with them and play now like we've done here. It just sucks that you got to work around the developers' mishaps to make stuff like this happen. So.
The Browns defense on that last series may have taken some positives.
All right, 21-0. We're pretty much in the driver's seat, so let's see if we can hold on to this lead. I imagine they'll still lean on the run a little bit, but we're going to continue to fire with this blitz. Get 6 people there at the line of scrimmage pretty quick if they do decide to run. Here we go. You can see just not enough blockers to cover that blitz.
Loss of a couple that time. The Browns defense now is going to go nickel. 2nd down and 12.
Caught me napping right there. Wow. You see the throw power of Joe Flacco in that situation, man. Just an excellent job. Homing that in there. I was in position to make a play, but got my defender turned around, you see there. So, just strictly arm strength to get that ball into that tight window.
Flacco's now completed his last 7 passes.
Maybe giving the ball to Jamal Lewis here. Let's see what happens. Pressure got to him, just threw it away. Oh, wow, we got an injury. Let's see who got hurt. Go back and look at it. We may have gotten a hit on Flacco. He got rid of the ball so fast. Let's see. Yes, we did. Wow. Look at that. Rolling off of that inside block. You can see. Very nice job. I would say that's Flacco that's hurt. Yes, it is. And, you know, here's where I probably need to go back. And this is what it tells me. Now we've got some scrub quarterback in for the Ravens, which is Shab. Like I said, a scrub. So what I'm going to do is make a note here on my notepad and say, okay, let's go put Trent Dilfer in the game. He needs to be in the game. That way, if something like that happens, you've still got a classic quarterback to come in. And Dilfer's not going to be rated great. He was never a Hall of Fame caliber player, but the year they won the Super Bowl, I would say he was 87, 88 overall, something like that. Someone who played well, managed the game well, didn't have a lot of turnovers, stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and add him in the game. I think that would be good to have him on this roster. I'm pretty sure it was Trent Dilfer. Like I said, I'm not too big on these two teams. I don't really know a lot about their history. So we'll just kind of do some studying, and maybe that's what I'll do, is just see who's considered the second best quarterback in the young history of the Baltimore Ravens.
The line of scrimmage is the 38-yard line. The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion.
Yes, Jamal Lewis breaking tackles. He is gone. That looked like Jamal Lewis. That little bowling ball running style. Just a thick man right there. I mean, look at him. I don't know what he's doing there, but hey, whatever.
To me, still one of the most exciting plays in NFL
not sure the direction that EA was going in with some of their celebrations this year. They go overboard on things like Odell Beckham Jr.'s one-handed catch that you've probably seen twice in the history of the game, and you see that quite a bit. You got some touchdown celebrations, that just don't happen on a regular basis, and then you leave things out that do happen on a regular basis. Stuff like the Lambeau Leap. Another thing is having the dog pound here in Cleveland. Have them jump into the dog pound. That happens every now and then. Maybe add a row of fans there that you can see at any point in the game. Like right here, if it came into camera view, you could see the dog pound back there with the dog mask on. Stuff like that. That's what makes the league great. It's what separates it from other sports. There's those things that you can do to capitalize on the authenticity of the National Football League, and more so their fans, which I think are the best fans in the world. So passionate about the game of football. Look at that, the blitz hitting home. Who was it? It's Jernigan. Okay. Man, they were really keying in on that play action pass. So let's try to go to a little read option with Otto Graham. Looks like they're showing zone, so we're going to audible out and go to a screen pass. It's been very effective with Jim Brown in this game. Screen pass set up very nicely. And be patient, let the blockers get out front. Probably could have gotten a few more yards if I'd have cut inside, but we just kind of kept it safe there. So now we got a manageable 3rd and 7. Let's go to our trip set. Do a little pre-snap read. To me, it looks like man coverage. Maybe not. I think let's go to man. Let's pretend it's man. So we got our slot on a slant. We got a drag on the backside. We're going to send Jim Brown in the flat. If they blitz, we'll dump it in the flat. It's zone, so we misread that. Scramble out by a little time. Or we're going to try to break loose, and he does. Very nice. And there you see Otto Graham with a little bit of scrambling capability. They only rushed 3, I believe. Looked like a cover 3 buzz or a cover 3 sky. 3 press, there it is. Just bought a little time. three-man rush, gave us time to get out to the right. Notice I didn't scramble to the left. You don't want him to have to throw across his body if you do get in trouble, and they are running some kind of contain, which in that case they weren't. But, yeah, just a nice little play. Let's see what the safeties do here. It looks like man coverage to me, so let's just go ahead, keep it simple. Let's go to a little counter play, see if Jim Brown can. Wow, they blitzed there, fired off. That may have been a zero coverage blitz. So this Ravens defense has actually done a pretty good job of bottling up Jim Brown. There's a cover one robber look. So let's do this. Let's try to trick him with some personnel. This is showing 11 personnel, but as you can see, we'll come out in an empty set. See if we can catch them in a run defense. Looks like we may have something here. This looks like it could be zone. That safety may be in man coverage. Our first read, if it's cover 2 and it's a quick cover 2 fire blitz, I'm going to hit X real quick down the seam. Just like that. That's exactly what we had. Look at this. Do a little showboat and show. All right. Very nice job. Like I said, what we read there was, you know, our first read, if it was a cover 2 blitz, was to hit the seam. If it was a cover 2, you know, just a 4-man rush, then I would have looked for the corner route instead. But obviously, you don't want to wait for that corner to develop when they're firing off a blitz like that. Let's look at the previous play and see if I was right. Absolutely. Under smoke 2. That's a zone blitz with 2 deep. It's exactly what we read pre-snap, and the result is a touchdown. I personally don't like a cover 2 defense. There's a lot of people online that run it. When they run it against me, I chew it up. Yeah, I try to stay away from it. Never have I went, man, that cover 2 is strong that game. It's always, damn it, they hit me down the seam, they hit me in the corner for that cover 2 defense. So it's a pretty decent run defense because you got your guys drifting, the backers not drifting too far down into or drifting too far downfield in pass coverage. They're more so keyed in on the run. You know, that cover 2 or Tampa 2 defense was a little bit of a modified version of the traditional cover 2 that was brought into play by Tony Dungy down there in Tampa. He and Monty Kiffin kind of made it famous. But man, with the spread offense and how offenses really started to spread the defense out here recently, it's something that's become a thing of the past. People are playing a little more 2-man under against folks like, say, Aaron Rodgers, because they know with a 2-man under, everything is pretty much covered up. If you're running 2-man under and you've got receivers running open, then you don't know what the hell you're doing. So, you know, with teams running that, you know, you got somebody like Aaron Rodgers or Peyton Manning, which you know the Sheriff hung up the jersey this week. Been a great career, been fun watching him play. But those guys are so protective of the ball and not throwing interceptions that they'll hold on to the ball. And if you got a decent 4-man rush against a 2-man under, with a 2-man under backing it, you know, you're gonna rattle people like Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning, some of the elite quarterbacks. So what's funny is you get other quarterbacks that aren't as protective with the ball, and they'll try to hit those tight windows, and you catch those defensive backs with their back to the ball. You know, they'll get burned. But for the most part, though, that 2-man under has become very popular. Man coverage in general this year in the NFL. Got Joe Hayden right there. Look at this. Very nice play. Looks like they may have been going up top. Is that Derek Mason? We have Derek Mason on the Baltimore Ravens roster here with the historic rosters. I know he played for Tennessee Titans for a very long time, but the lack of receiver depth in the history of the Baltimore Ravens felt like it was more fitting to put him on that roster. As where down in Tennessee they had a few more targets that you know, to choose from. So look at this, nice little return for Benjamin. Very nice. Look at Jonathan Ogden. My God, he's a monster. That's a big boy. Matter of fact, I might need to go back and check his size. That looked too unrealistic to me. Alright, this right here looks like it could be cover 1. I'm going to go play action. And I've got to check down here with Jim Brown in the flat in case they do blitz. But if this is cover 1 man, then you're going to see me hit Gordon coming out of that break. He should be able to get open. That's what we've got. Cover 1 man. Going to be close. Nice defense. Is that McAllister? No, it wasn't McAllister, but that was great defense there. Yeah, it was. That was McAllister. You could see him just come over and break on the ball, make a nice play. Typically, that's a wide open pass, but against a shutdown corner, I believe his rating is a 97, which might be a little high. You guys can give me some feedback on that. That's just a nice play there.
The Ravens with a nickel look here on defense.
Showing two-man under. It could be zone. Let's run the rock with Jimmy. Look at him just falling for a very nice run. 16 carries, 82 yards. Had a pretty decent day. Not Jim Brown numbers, but pretty good. Now on a 3rd and 2. Let's go back to that speed option. Remember we got Otto Graham. This is something they probably ran a little bit of Revere and everything back in his day. Let's see what the safety does. Make sure we don't run into a hornet's nest. We should be good. All right. He went with the running backs. We're just going to tuck it and go. Otto Graham with the first down.
That's an awesome job by the offense picking up this first down here in the second half. They've got a big lead. It's not about
so the strong toss with Jim Brown.
It's about milking that clock.
Really just trying to put this game away now. It's pretty much all but over. No movement from the safeties. They should be in a shell. A stiff arm. Very nice. That's something that I've really adapted to using is the stiff arm. I don't know how you guys feel about it. It's something that's come in very, very handy for me. You know, when I first played Madden this year, I never used the stiff arm, and I noticed it was pretty cheap to develop. I had a rookie running back in our NFL Today, CFM, and I decided, hey, why don't I just boost the stiff arm up? I got it to a 99. Now I'm going to tell you, if you time it right, you can almost guarantee yourself, if it's just one tackler out there, you can almost guarantee yourself an extra 5 or 6 yards on the carry with that stiff arm. It's not about breaking it, and that's what people go, oh, the stiff arm doesn't work, it doesn't break tackles. That's not the point. You're giving yourself leverage to keep moving forward and gain another 5 or 6 yards. That's huge. So definitely a game of inches. Just a very simple first down run there with the fullback dive to Jim Brown. Now that we've shown that, I'm going to come back out in it again. And if they stack the middle, we'll go to a play fake. If not, we'll run it again. Yeah, they're still open. Looks like they're blitzing, though. They are, well, no, maybe not. Here we go. No blitz. And Brown down to the 1. Very nice.
If I'm on the defense and the offense is this close to
you see, we just manhandling that defensive line. So let's go again. This time we're going to go to a play fake. This is one of my favorite plays. This is Ozzie Newsome on this drag route. See if we can catch them biting. They bite. Just catch it. And touchdown. Otto Graham to Ozzie Newsome. That's pretty cool stuff. Talking a little trash. Ed Reed. That's Ed Reed right there. He's a guy we added into the roster. One of the best safeties to ever play the game.
Tight ends are so valuable down on the goal line. They're able to maneuver inside. Easy to get defenders to run into each other.
Again, guys, my name is LAMBEAU1919. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. These are the type of videos you're going to get. Also with our CFM through the NFL Today, you may see some other stuff. We've got an NFL draft coming up. We're in the year 2023, which is cool. We've been moving at a great pace all season long. Been going since Madden released. And what we're going to do is probably a live coverage of the NFL draft. We may do a little draft preview as well. So if you get into that type of immersion with Connected Franchise Mode, then hop on here and check out some of our videos. We'll be getting into some more of that. You can also see some of the highlight reels from our CFM for my Green Bay Packers. We can also get you the YouTube channel for some of our other users if you want to just kind of see what your favorite team is doing in our CFM. Some really cool stuff going on. We got some awesome users, and if you'd be interested in joining, we've got a few slots available. Understand we don't run a full 32 user team. We like to keep things moving at a pretty good pace, and we're looking for simulation style players. The goal is to have two teams per, or 2 users per division. However, we do give people the freedom of using their favorite team. You know, so we do have a few divisions that's got 3 users in that division as well. So yeah, it's just we have a great time, great group of guys. We play on all Madden levels, so the CPU isn't a guaranteed win for most. It's a lot of fun. It really is. This one's pretty much all but over. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun using these classic rosters. You can see, you know, like I said, Jim Brown, Ozzie Newsome, Otto Graham, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Chris McAllister, Haloti Ngata. Just really cool. Jamal Lewis. Seeing some of these classic players kind of battle it out in a Legends game is pretty neat. We're going to continue to add folks to these teams. So if there's somebody that you have that you say, hey, Lamb, this is a guy that definitely deserves to be in this game or on these classic rosters, leave it right here in the comment box, man. You don't have to stay long. As you come in and watch this later, if you're not watching live, just comment down there at the bottom and say, hey, man, you should add so-and-so to this team, or, my favorite team is this. Do you have this guy? That will ensure that we get people on the roster that are the most popular. I know the 49ers and the Cowboys, their rosters are unbelievable. They're really, really cool. They just got anybody that you can think of on those classic rosters. So definitely check those out. And if you need instructions on how to get these rosters, just ask at the bottom. It'll immediately alert my phone that you did comment on the YouTube page. And what I can do is actually go back and respond to those comments and let you know exactly how to do that. It's a pretty simple process, but I definitely don't want to have to explain it here live while we're calling this game. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, LAMBEAU1919's, and you can find me on PSN at LAMBEAU1919.
Jim, here in the fourth quarter, when you're down, what you want to do is just keep that football moving. That time it's a short throw, it gets a completion. Good job.
Just 2 minutes left of this one. We're back now for the end of the fourth quarter. Breaking huddle at the 35-yard line. The Ravens will set up. The 28 is the first down line. Schaub's got it in the gun.
One up top, Tramon Williams with a nice tip there. Looked like they were going to Mason that time. So,
well, sometimes if you have a talented receiver, you just got to put up with plays like that. He might drop a few, but when he does catch it, it can make a big play.
Tucker's lining up for the field goal. He's 1 for 1 so far today. The kick in, it's through there. The kick is good.
This guy's a threat anytime you cross midfield. Really, he can kick it from 60 yards. Great leg strength. What a weapon to have on your side.
The Ravens now lining up for the onside kick.
I don't know why they're even lining up for the onside kick here, like they've got a shot, but we'll see what happens.
How about that? They had to recover the onside.
That was pretty comical. Okay. I think he touched 3 Cleveland Browns before they even got a hold of it, but that's cool. Fire away here. I'm going to play a little bump and run this time. Let's see if we can get to the QB. See if we can hang those receivers up just long enough to get to the QB. Make sure we cover the screen over here. They've been running that a lot to Jamal Lewis. Look at that. Little bump and run pressure. Joe Hayden with the pick. First time we played bump and run all game. Paid off. Good stuff. All right, guys. Just like our last video, we got a pretty big lead here. But let's pretend like we're down by 4. We got 3 timeouts, down by 4. Let's see if we can get in the end zone and actually take the lead. I love working on stuff like this at the end of the game when you're blowing somebody out. Right here, this is looking like it might be a safety blitz. We may be able to go over the top. Let's see. All right, slides up. Second window's covered. With Ozzie Newsome. Let's go ahead and go no huddle. This time we're going to run a slant drag combination off the right side. Looks like only a 3-man rush, so we may end up having to scramble. Let's see what happens. Man coverage. There's your slant. Josh Gordon. Go no huddle again. This time we're going to go smash concept. Streak down the seam with a corner route and a sit combination on the right. We've got a check down and a slant and a drag coming through on the left. Play reads X, R1, circle, triangle, square. In that order. Man coverage. Got to clear that middle backer. Good protection. There's your check down. Let's go again. Previous play before, slant drag combination off the right. If they're in man coverage, we're looking at that slant. If they're in zone, we're looking at the drag. If everything's covered up, we're looking to scramble. Zone. Take it and go. Go Graham. First down. Here we go. Let's go ahead and burn a timeout.
They're going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here.
Guys, if you've got any questions on how I play offense or defense, feel free to comment in the box down there. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and anytime you message on there, it goes directly to my phone. I'll be able to respond fairly quick and give you some points, tips. I'm not perfect at Madden. I do enjoy the X's and O's and understand it somewhat. So we'll go with the run and play. That ball carrier vision. You notice how he didn't get hung up in that hole because you know, with Jim Brown's rating, he's got excellent ball carrier vision. Something that we've worked on with him. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Just watch how he slides right through that hole, doesn't get hung up at all. How many times have you tried to hit a gap that narrow with a running back and they just kind of bounced off or got stuck or tried to stick to him and spin off? You know, something with someone with great ball carrier vision, they'll be able to get through that gap a lot easier. So, a nice drive there. And you've seen how easy it was to score there with no huddle. I don't know what it is about the CPU, but when you go no huddle, it's really, really easy to catch them in vulnerable spots, which is exactly why we've got the rule in place within our the NFL Today CFM. You know, the reason we do that, the rule basically reads you can't go no huddle until 2 minutes are under in the first half, and then starting in the third quarter, if you are losing, you can go no huddle. But in the fourth quarter, there's no rule. That's kind of you know, very similar with our fourth down rules. And you can find all those rules at our Daddy Leagues page if you're interested in our league. We can get those sent right to your phone. Very simple process there. But yeah, we try to bottle up that no huddle. If you play online, it's absolutely miserable. Not that it even gives them an unfair advantage, but it just doesn't feel realistic to have somebody run no huddle the same 3 plays all the way down the field. It just doesn't happen like that in the NFL. No huddle does, but not running the same play. And until Madden gives you the opportunity to change formations and stuff like that. Look at this, user pick right to me. See if we can take this into the house. It's probably not going to happen. So we kind of ban no huddle unless it's in a realistic situation. A lot of people disagree with that. That's cool. It definitely suits our users, and everything that we do in our league is voted on as a group. The commissioner, as commissioner, I actually keep my vote out as much as possible. Watch this right here, though. You see how they roll over? That's without a doubt some kind of a cover 2 or at least a cover 6, which means if that strong safety stays at home as Gordon bends that post, I'm going to be able to hammer that corner route into Bo. Let's see if it works. Stays at home. Bam. All day long right there. Otto Graham just having his way. Little Ric Flair strut. That's what I'm talking about. Ask you guys a question. You can comment in the box. How many times have you seen somebody in the NFL this year do a Ric Flair strut? Probably not happened one time. How many times have you seen the camera cut to the dog pound in Cleveland? Probably every game. Why have that in? Why take the time to put that motion capture animation in the game when it doesn't even happen? You know, focus on the stuff that makes the NFL great. I never understood that. This has just gotten out of hand. This is on all Madden level. You can see there's nothing cheesy that I'm doing. This is just reading the defense the proper way, playing the game enough as much as I have. You just kind of get used to what works and what doesn't, and make sure you're putting yourself in a position to win. You know, like I said, I love this zero blitz, zero coverage of blitz, just because it allows me to free roam back in the secondary and take away those quick hit routes that you get chewed apart when you're just rushing 4. Plus, you're getting enough pressure that you can dial up the sacks if it's a you know, an average or a below average quarterback. In this case, you see Flacco getting the ball out fairly quick. There's not been a whole lot of sacks, but there's a screen pass. See if we can pick it. Look, we covered it up so much that he didn't even want to throw it. Again, to read that screen pass, just watch the side that the halfback's lined up on. as the ball snapped, just take a quick glance at those offensive linemen and see if they're standing straight up. If they are, it's a screen pass. If they're engaging a block, then you know it's either a pass or a run. They may go screen pass right here. Let's see. No, no screen this time. Just going Hail Mary. We can get a pick. Oh, wow, Todd Heap. Look at that. Amazing catch. So they go out on a high note, I guess, as much as you could. All right, guys, that's it for the broadcast. Appreciate you watching, checking out the video. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll have more stuff like this going on as we expand on these legend rosters here within Madden 16. If you got any questions at all, post it in the comment box. Any comments, any things we need to change about the rosters you've seen in this video, or anything that you just want to chat about football-wise, feel free to chime in on Twitter. I am at LAMBEAU1919's. On PSN, LAMBEAU1919. Obviously, the YouTube channel is LAMBEAU1919. I'm co-commish of the NFL Today CFM. Look forward to seeing and chatting with you guys in the future. Have a great day.